Uh, I just know that was a, you know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual that people know it or not.
And you need to get over yourself too. That's why you paying Kendu all that money. See, that's your problem. Karma. You ain't hood rat who sat there and has tried to get in the way of people who were greater than you. You are approved for. Oh, so your name on the list and you're not even gonna go? This is Jay-Z. I know it's Jay-Z and he'll be Jay-Z tomorrow.
The whispers about Mary J. Blige are getting louder by the second. And let me tell you, she's apparently sitting on some explosive information about Jay-Z's past dealings. And we're not talking about minor T here, darlings. Sources say she witnessed firsthand how young, aspiring artists were treated during his reign at the top. The revelations are absolutely earth-shattering.
And today we're talking about Jay-Z.
Woo! This was an insane headline yesterday. He is being accused of role in a Diddy lawsuit.
But wait just a minute, because this story gets even juicier. Our Queen Mary J has stepped into this whole situation, and now everyone is asking the same burning questions. What exactly does Mary know? How deep does her connection to all of this really go? The anticipation is literally making everyone's hearts race.
And my life was on hold. My career was on hold. Everything was on hold because I was living a life that was just deceiving. I thought I was with someone that I knew and I wasn't. So my life was on hold.
Child, these whispers aren't just whispers anymore. They've turned into full-blown roars. Everyone's wondering, has Mary experienced something similar herself? Has she been quietly waiting in the shadows for the perfect moment to reveal her own truth? Let me break this down for you, because it's about to get real. This recent lawsuit involving Jay-Z has created an absolute hurricane in the industry. But here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. It's not just about the allegations anymore. What's got everyone's attention is this mysterious, unnamed woman who was allegedly present during these shocking events. And honey, social media detectives are absolutely convinced that this mystery woman could be none other than our beloved Mary J. herself. While no direct fingers are being pointed at Mary or Jay-Z in this case, these resurfaced photographs and timelines connecting all three of them have set the internet completely on fire. The coincidences are just too glaring to ignore, darlings.
Well, she claimed Diddy and an unnamed celebrity proceeded to her while an unnamed female walked.
Listen here, because the social media investigators are working overtime on this one. They're connecting dots faster than a preschooler with a fresh box of crayons. They've been digging up receipts showing how Diddy, Jay-Z, and Mary were practically joined at the hip during the late 90s and early 2000s. These three powerhouses were photographed at every exclusive gathering, every high-profile event, looking like they owned the whole industry. And let's not forget the history. Diddy wasn't just a casual acquaintance to Mary, he was the mastermind behind her first two albums.
And then when I met him, he was the complete opposite. And he was such a good thing for me because I needed what he had.
Now let me spill some serious tea about their complicated past. The relationship between Mary and Diddy wasn't all glitter and gold, honey. Our girl Mary, bless her heart, took full responsibility when things fell apart. She admitted, and I quote, "The reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to." She laid it all out, explaining how Diddy had his empire to manage, his label, another female artist, the legendary Blige, while she was, in her words, a mess. But darlings, that's barely scratching the surface. While not signing with Bad Boy Records might have been a blessing in disguise, that doesn't mean our queen escaped unscathed. There have been some heavy allegations suggesting that during her time with Diddy, Mary went through some extremely challenging situations. In her Amazon documentary, she dropped hints about experiences so intense, she swears she'll take them to her grave. And Chile, when someone says that, you know it's serious business. Fast forward to early 2023, and here's Diddy singing Mary's praises like he's leading a gospel choir, called her one of the greatest storytellers in R&B history, and went on about how she created a lane for women around the world to speak their truth to power. But honey, let's read between these lines. Industry insiders are suggesting this whole lovey-dovey act might just be a carefully crafted facade to cover up what really went down back in the day.
My life was probably my darkest album. At one of the darkest times I've had. Most of the times I was just depressed and didn't want to live. I had it all inside. And
brace yourselves for this next part. Mary revealed how back when Diddy was still Puff Daddy, he worked his charm on her when she was just a young, naive artist trying to make her mark. He painted these beautiful pictures of stardom and protection from industry vultures. But the reality? Chilly. He was more focused on his bank account and couldn't keep his wandering eyes in check.
I didn't know that so many people felt the same way.
She made it okay for people to say it's all right to be me.
Now this is where the story gets messy. Picture this. Mary discovers Diddy had fathered a child with another woman in 1998. The absolute audacity. When she confronted him, wanting to end both their personal and professional relationship, this man had the nerve to beg her to stay. He said he loved me and he would change, Mary revealed. He said he needed me and couldn't do it without me. But our Queen Mary wasn't born yesterday. It was all lies, she exposed. He didn't want to lose me because I was his golden goose. I was making him millions. The manipulation was crystal clear, and Mary saw right through it. The story takes an even darker turn when Mary shared how Diddy made leaving him an absolute nightmare. He threatened everything: lawsuits, blacklisting, reputation destruction, and honey, some things I can't even mention. He had connections everywhere, Mary revealed. He had lawyers, bodyguards, people who would do anything for him.
Did something really powerful by inspiring each other to want to live to see another day.
But let me tell you about the strength of our queen. Mary fought her way through it all, got herself into therapy, found spiritual guidance, and embraced sobriety. I had to fight for my life, my freedom, my dignity, she declared. And when it came to Diddy, Chilly, she did not hold back. He's not the genius he claims to be. He's a parasite, a leech, a monster. Now let's talk about Kim Porter's mysterious unfinished book, because this is where things get even more explosive. This manuscript, which she was working on before her tragic passing, allegedly contains some earth-shattering revelations about Mary J. and so much more. The book supposedly reveals how Kim went through absolute hell trying to keep Diddy satisfied, often ending up in tears behind closed doors. It even details how she had to protect Al B. Sure from uncomfortable encounters with Diddy, and believe me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But hold on to your seats because the book allegedly drops some major bombshells about the East Coast-West Coast beef. It suggests there were some seriously shady dealings behind Tupac and Biggie's deaths, apparently all about controlling their music rights. According to these explosive pages, they were planning to join forces against Bad Boy and Death Row before tragedy struck. And if you thought that was shocking, wait until you hear this. The book reportedly claims that Mary got pregnant by Diddy, but darlings, the choice about that pregnancy wasn't hers to make. The manuscript suggests Diddy called all the shots in that situation. And with Kim Porter's case still unsolved, Chile, it makes you wonder about all these connections. The web of connections gets even thicker when you look at how these three powerful figures, Diddy, Jay-Z, and Mary, might be part of something much bigger. Some are saying they were part of an elite circle that controlled who made it and who didn't in this cutthroat industry.
Mary J. Blige is allegedly on a freak-off tape with Diddy. It's been going around all over TikTok that Mary J. Blige is in a freak-off tape with Diddy, and she's saying that this was her rite of passage.
And honey, let's talk about these infamous photos that keep resurfacing. These party snapshots from the early 2000s tell a story that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking about A-list celebrities mixing and mingling like they were absolutely untouchable. Social media investigators are analyzing every single detail, from subtle body language to who's standing next to who in these exclusive gatherings. And let me tell you, the evidence is mounting.
And a lot of people have always wondered about Mary J. Blige, and they feel like she is in on some because she has never opened her mouth and she has been with Diddy.
When you add Mary's ongoing collaborations with Jay-Z and her continued reign in the industry to this spicy mix, it's no wonder eyebrows are being raised higher than a church choir. Fans are going through old interviews like they're studying for finals, analyzing lyrics like they're solving a murder mystery, all trying to piece together what Mary might have witnessed in that exclusive inner circle. The theories floating around suggest that this trio might have been part of a gatekeeper culture that dominated the music industry for decades. These weren't just successful artists, they were power players who potentially held the keys to the kingdom.
But not include the mystery female.
Correct.
Who, I mean, people are still asking, who is she and why aren't you putting her name in there if you put the other names?
The conspiracy theories are spreading faster than gossip after Sunday service. While the current lawsuit might be focused on Diddy, the implications for Jay-Z and Mary are absolutely impossible to ignore. Could this finally be the moment when all the music industry's darkest secrets come tumbling out of the closet? Or will these power players manage to keep their wall of silence standing strong? One thing's crystal clear: the fans are watching every single move like hawks circling their prey, and this drama is far from over. The truth has a funny way of creeping out when you least expect it, and when it does, Lord have mercy. Some fans are out here saying Mary's silence speaks volumes. Is it about self-preservation, or is it about loyalty to the old guard? Having worked so closely with Diddy during her early days and maintaining those strong professional ties with Jay-Z, Mary might just know things that could shake the industry to its very foundation. And let's not forget what one social media user pointed out. They wrote, "Now I understand it more." Atlanta radio hosts and other entities were propping up Mary J. Blige as the new queen of soul, LOL, and Beyoncé was proclaiming herself as the new queen of soul again, LOL. They suggested there'd never be another queen of soul because that era is gone. But more importantly, they're convinced Diddy and Jay-Z wanted to keep Mary in check while Aaliyah had to go because she was a threat to Beyoncé. My darlings, this is where we leave it for today. But trust and believe, this story is far from over. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the ground because something tells me we haven't heard the last of this explosive scandal. The power players might think they're untouchable, but remember, every empire has its day of reckoning. Until next time, stay blessed, stay tuned, and keep watching this space because the tea just keeps getting hotter. Goodbye for now, my loves. For now, my love.